Hi guys, I'm Laura Vitale, and on this episode of Laura in the Kitchen, I want to show you what I'm calling my Margherita pizza quiche. You can also call it a caprese quiche. You can also call it tomato and mozzarella quiche. You can also just sit it at the table and sit down and start to eat. You know what? Whatever you want to do, just put this on the table. It is so delicious, and I feel like it's that perfect dish to serve at a brunch. If you're having like something a little fancier, say for Mother's Day or Father's Day, or just like an in general spring or summer brunch, this is fabulous because it serves at room temperature. Everybody loves it, and it requires like little to no effort, few ingredients, all the right ones. Let's get cracking. All right, first things first is your pie crust. I'm using a store-bought pie crust that I put in my 9-inch pie dish. You want to make sure that you kind of put a little bit of oil at the bottom so that nothing sticks. Eggs, cherry tomatoes, lots of grated mozz. You're going to need some oregano, Parmigiano Reggiano, salt, and you'll also need a little bit of heavy cream and some fresh basil and a little bit of olive oil. That's it. It's so easy. You're going to love it. Let's work on the crust first. I bought my crust pre-done. Why, you might add? Because I've got 50 million things to do today, and making pie crust is not at the top of that priority list. But truly, whenever pie crust goes on sale, if it's a brand that you love, stock up. Keep it in the freezer because a lot of people don't like making pie crust from scratch, and it's fine. So I've got my oven preheated to 400. I'm just going to take my fork and I'm going to stab it a little bit around the bottom and the edges, kind of a little everywhere. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of aluminum foil. I'm going to put it shiny side down, and I'm going to blind bake this for a bit. I'm going to fill it with some dry beans. You can use rice, or you can buy pie weights, which I think is a waste of money because they're expensive, and it's no different than using dry beans. Pop this into the oven at 400 for 10 minutes. After the 10 minutes, you're going to take off the foil with the beans and pop it back in for 15 more minutes. So in total, the pie crust needs to bake for about 25 minutes. 10 minutes with the foil on, 15 minutes with the foil off. I will show you what it looks like when it is there. My crust looks fantastic. In total, it was in the oven for about 23 minutes. I took it out right about when I took the foil off, it went back in for about 13 minutes, and it's perfect. This is the only chance your crust is going to have to develop that beautiful color, because once we add the eggs on top, it's going to get covered. So you want to make sure it's fully cooked through. Now, to the mixture, you need eggs, to the custard mixture, I suppose, a little bit of cream, a pinch of salad, and a grating of parm. A couple of tablespoons, not much. I don't want to overwhelm it, but at the same time, I want that cheesy, like salty bite that it gives. And you can add black pepper to this if you want to. I'm going to omit it for right now, but you can if you want to. And then you just give this a nice little whiskeroo. So that's ready. I just want to season my tomatoes really lightly with some salt. It's really important that you really season every layer of your dish if it's got multiple layers. The tiniest bit of olive oil, teaspoon maybe, no more than that, and a good pinch of dried oregano. And you just kind of toss these together because I want every layer of my food to have wonderful flavor. I don't want any parts of it to feel bland or kind of like blah, you know what I mean? So now you take your custard, you pour that in your pie crust and your pie shell. You top it with your cheese. That's going to be so lovely. And then you just top it with the tomatoes. I like to put them cut side up so it's really pretty when it's done. But does it matter? No, it won't taste delicious either way. That looks pretty delicious. And then one for me, because I've earned it. Okay. Back into the oven for 20 minutes or until golden. Let it cool completely, then we serve. I know. My beautiful quiche was in the oven. It went back in for about 20 minutes. I let it come to room temperature for quite a bit. It's still, I don't want to say warm, but it's a, luke-ish warm. It's not hot. You don't want it to be hot, otherwise it could fall apart when you go to cut it. So you definitely want this to come to room temperature, but it's even better if you can, let me get this under here. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, that's gorgeous. It's really lovely and set. Those tomatoes are lovely. The cheese is melty. What a home run and a half. The tomato is really bright It's got such lovely flavor. The mozzarella, it's quite mild, but it's definitely nice. It gives you like that little bit of that cheesy pullness. Crispy crust, it's like perfection in every bite. I'm just gonna take a tomato from the top because I'm savage like that. Go to laurainthekitchen.com, get this recipe, make it for brunch this weekend or whenever. I promise you'll love it. I hope you enjoyed spending time with me. I'll see you next time. Bye.